Imagine a day like any other. Birds sing, children laugh. Yet, high above, a silent traveler approaches. A celestial giant, dark and cold, hurtles towards our world. This is no shooting star, no fleeting visitor from the cosmos. This is an asteroid the size of Rhode Island on a collision course with Earth. The sky darkens. An unnatural shadow spreads across the land. Fear grips the hearts of those who look up, who sense the impending doom. For them, ignorance will soon give way to terror. For them, the world as they know it is about to end. Imagine looking up into the night sky and seeing not a twinkling star but a looming, monstrous asteroid, an object so vast it dwarfs even the tallest mountains on Earth. This is not just a rock floating in the void, it is a behemoth, a mountain in the sky, casting a shadow over our planet that stretches for hundreds of miles. Its sheer size is almost incomprehensible, making even Everest seem like a mere pebble by comparison. This colossal asteroid is a relic from the dawn of our solar system, a survivor from a time when planets were still forming and chaos reigned. Billions of years ago, countless objects like this one collided, merged, or were flung into the far reaches of space. Most were destroyed or became part of planets, but a few, like this giant, remained untouched, unchanged, and ancient beyond imagination. Now, this leftover fragment of creation, this wandering piece of cosmic debris, is on a collision course with Earth. It carries with it the power to extinguish all life on our planet in an instant. The energy it holds is unimaginable, enough to reshape continents, boil oceans, and darken the skies for years. As it hurtles closer, the world watches in fear, knowing that the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. We have seen the devastating effects of such impacts before. Millions of years ago, a similar asteroid struck the Earth, bringing about the end of the dinosaurs. That single event wiped out nearly 3/4 of all life, leaving behind a scar that can still be seen today. The world was plunged into darkness, temperatures plummeted, and ecosystems collapsed. Life struggled to recover for millions of years. The asteroid that ended the age of dinosaurs, known as the Chicxulub impactor, was massive. Yet it was still smaller than the Titan now threatening us, which is roughly the size of Rhode Island. Imagine an object of that scale moving at tens of thousands of miles per hour, slamming into our planet. The Chicxulub impact forever changed the course of life on Earth. But this new threat is even greater. Today, the stakes are higher than ever before. Our world is more connected, more populated, and more vulnerable. Scientists and governments around the globe are on high alert, monitoring the asteroid's trajectory, calculating impact scenarios, and preparing for the worst. The tension is palpable, as humanity faces a challenge unlike any it has ever known. If this asteroid strikes, the devastation will be on a scale never before witnessed by humankind. The impact would unleash a shockwave powerful enough to flatten entire cities, ignite global wildfires, and send debris high into the atmosphere, blocking out the sun and triggering a new, deadly winter. The energy released in the collision would be equivalent to millions of nuclear weapons detonating all at once. The blast would be felt around the world, with earthquakes, tsunamis, and firestorms following in its wake. The very fabric of civilization would be torn apart in moments. In the aftermath, life as we know it would cease to exist. Cities would be abandoned, landscapes transformed into barren wastelands, and the survivors, if any, would face a harsh, unforgiving world. The story of humanity would be forever altered, written in the ashes of a once thriving planet. The asteroid breaches our atmosphere, a fiery meteor streaking across the sky. The heat is unimaginable, setting the very air ablaze. If the impact occurs in the ocean, which is the most likely scenario, colossal tsunamis will rise from the depths. Waves, taller than skyscrapers, will race towards coastlines at supersonic speeds. Coastal cities will be wiped from existence in an instant. But the ocean offers no solace. The impact will vaporize billions of tons of water, sending superheated steam and debris high into the atmosphere. Earthquakes, unlike any in recorded history, will ripple through the planet, splitting continents and swallowing islands whole. The initial impact is just the beginning. In a single catastrophic moment, the world as we know it is forever altered. The asteroid, hurtling through the void of space for millions of years, finally finds its mark, colliding with Earth in a blinding flash of energy. The force unleashed is greater than anything humanity has ever witnessed, dwarfing the power of all the world's nuclear weapons combined. In an instant, the surface of the planet is torn apart, and the shockwaves of this cosmic collision ripple outward, setting in motion a chain of events that will reshape the planet for millennia to come. Shockwaves circle the globe, flattening forests and turning cities into rubble. The ground heaves and splits, swallowing entire landscapes. Skyscrapers topple like dominoes, and ancient forests are reduced to splinters in seconds. The sheer violence of the impact sends tremors racing through the crust, triggering earthquakes and landslides thousands of miles from ground zero. No corner of the planet is left untouched by the devastation, as the very foundation of the Earth is shaken to its core. The air itself becomes superheated, triggering firestorms that rage across continents. As debris from the impact rains down, it ignites everything in its path. Forests, grasslands, and even entire cities are engulfed in flames. The infernos merge into continent-spanning firestorms, consuming all available fuel and leaving nothing but scorched earth behind. The heat is so intense that it vaporizes rivers and lakes, and the very atmosphere shimmers with the energy of 1,000 suns. The sky, once blue, is now a canvas of fire and ash. Day turns to night as thick clouds of soot and debris blot out the sun. The world is plunged into an eerie twilight, illuminated only by the glow of distant fires. Ash falls like snow, coating the ground in a suffocating blanket. The air is heavy with the scent of burning, and the horizon is lost behind a wall of smoke and flame. The very air we breathe becomes toxic, choking the life out of any living thing unfortunate enough to survive the initial blast. Poisonous gases and fine particles fill the atmosphere, making each breath a struggle. Survivors, if any, are forced to seek shelter, their faces hidden behind masks in a desperate attempt to filter out the deadly air. The environment, once nurturing and life-sustaining, has turned hostile, and the struggle for survival becomes more desperate with each passing hour. The Earth, once teeming with life, is now a scene of unimaginable destruction. Where vibrant ecosystems once flourished, only barren wastelands remain. Rivers run dry, and the soil is scorched and lifeless. The songs of birds and the rustle of leaves are replaced by an eerie silence, broken only by the distant rumble of collapsing structures. The planet's rich tapestry of life has been reduced to a memory, and the landscape is a haunting reminder of what has been lost. Oceans boil, mountains crumble, and the very landmass of our planet is forever scarred. The seas, once teeming with life, are now churning cauldrons of steam and death. Coastal regions are obliterated by tsunamis, and mountain ranges collapse under the relentless assault of seismic forces. Deep fissures split the ground, and the scars of the impact will remain etched into the planet's surface for millions of years. The geography of Earth is rewritten in a matter of hours, the delicate balance of our biosphere is shattered, and the planet is plunged into chaos. The interconnected web of life that once sustained countless species is torn apart. Climate patterns are thrown into disarray, and the aftermath of the impact will linger for generations. In this new world, survival is uncertain, and the future of life on Earth hangs in the balance. The transformation is total, and nothing will ever be the same again. As the fires die down and the dust settles, a new horror emerges. The impact has ejected billions of tons of debris into the atmosphere, shrouding the Earth in a thick, impenetrable cloud. The sun, the lifeblood of our planet, is completely obscured. Darkness descends, a perpetual night that will last for years, maybe even decades. Temperatures plummet, ushering in a global winter. Crops fail, forests wither, and the delicate web of life begins to unravel. The few survivors of the initial impact now face a slow, agonizing death from starvation, cold, and darkness. Could anything survive such an apocalyptic event? Some have speculated that deep underground bunkers, stocked with supplies and completely sealed from the outside world, might offer a sliver of hope. But even these shelters, designed for the most extreme scenarios, would be pushed to their limits. The psychological toll on the survivors would be immeasurable. Trapped beneath the surface, haunted by the knowledge of the devastation above, they would face an uncertain future. The question would not be if humanity could survive, but if it should. Could we prevent such a catastrophe? Could we, with our current technology, deflect an asteroid of this magnitude? The answer, sadly, is not so simple. We have taken the first steps, like NASA's DART mission, which successfully altered the course of a small asteroid. But scaling up to a Rhode Island-sized threat requires far greater resources and international cooperation. Time, as always, is our enemy. Early detection is key. The longer we wait, the more difficult and costly deflection becomes. We need more advanced telescopes, more sophisticated spacecraft, and a global commitment to planetary defense. From the vastness of space, Earth appears as a fragile blue dot, a lone oasis of life in the cosmic desert. It is a reminder of our planet's preciousness, its vulnerability, and the profound responsibility we have to protect it. For we are not merely inhabitants of this planet, we are its guardians. The threat of asteroid impact is real. It is a threat that has visited our planet before, and it is a threat that will undoubtedly visit us again. The question is not if, but when. And when that day comes, will we be ready? The future of our species is not written in stone. It is a story that unfolds with every decision we make, every discovery we pursue, and every challenge we choose to face together. As we stand at the crossroads of history, we must recognize that our actions today will echo for generations to come. The responsibility to protect our world, to ensure its safety and prosperity, is one that belongs to all of us, scientists, engineers, leaders, and citizens alike. The fate of our planet, this fragile blue oasis spinning through the vastness of space, is in our hands. From the smallest act of curiosity to the grandest scientific endeavor, every effort matters. Our home is unique, a beacon of life in a universe filled with uncertainty and wonder. We must cherish it, and we must defend it. The responsibility to safeguard our world rests on our shoulders. We must act now, with urgency and determination, for the threats we face are real and ever-present. Asteroids, comets, and other cosmic hazards do not wait for us to be ready. They demand that we prepare, that we anticipate, and that we respond with unity and resolve. To meet these challenges, we must invest in science, in technology, and in the spirit of exploration. We need to develop new tools, build better systems, and foster innovation that can help us detect and deflect potential threats. Our telescopes must scan the heavens, our satellites must monitor the skies, and our researchers must push the boundaries of what is possible, and in international cooperation. No single nation can stand alone against the vastness of space. We must educate ourselves and future generations, inspiring young minds to dream big and to understand the importance of planetary defense. In classrooms and laboratories, in homes and communities, the seeds of knowledge and curiosity must be nurtured. We must come together to share information, resources, and expertise. The importance of planetary defense cannot be overstated. It is not just a scientific pursuit, it is a moral imperative. The survival of humanity might depend on it. Let us not wait for disaster to strike before we act. Let us be proactive, bold, and visionary. Let us be the generation that safeguards our planet, that protects our future, and that inspires hope in the hearts of all who come after us. Imagine a world where every person understands their role as a guardian of Earth, where every community is prepared, and where every child looks to the stars with wonder and confidence. Together, we can ensure that life on Earth continues to thrive. Let us rise to the challenge, united by purpose and guided by wisdom. Let us be the guardians of tomorrow, the stewards of our shared destiny, and the protectors of this extraordinary planet we call home.